Hi, this is day 23 of Average to Epic Journey, and I had the opportunity of cycling with Jack Fain, who's running 50 kilometers every day with brain tumor across India from top to bottom to raise awareness and probably money for cancer patients throughout the world. I'm talking to Mr. Paisley. Uh,
Hello, how's it going?
so we'll just chit chat about Jack's journey. Why did he choose to do what he's doing, and what was the point where he decided, and how did this wonderful team came together to be along this long ordeal? I would say it's tough running in India even.
So I got introduced to Jack by a mutual friend in April of this year, and I had a coffee with Jack, and he told me his story, which was that 6 years ago he had a seizure and discovered that he had a brain tumor, which sent him into, as it would anybody, a bit of a searching of self and a bit of a dark place. And he decided to travel around the world, and on his journey he came to India, and he found meditation and breath work and kind of an alternative to Western medicine in India. And so it always has held a special place in his heart. He then started running and built a new life, a much healthier life than he had before, with an emphasis on trying to treat himself through self-care and alternative methods. And he then dreamed up this massive goal or mission to run north to south, to be the first person to run north to south India, and started planning logistics and building a team. And when he pitched it to me, I was excited, first of all, because of the cause, which is raising awareness for people with brain tumors, but also around when people discover these, it doesn't even have to be brain tumor. It can be anything big that affects your life, that it can put you into a very scared state and you don't know what's going to happen, and it can be a dark place. And Jack's message is that it doesn't have to be that way, and that by sharing what we are experiencing, there can be a way through it, and there can be light at the end of the tunnel. And it touched home with me because I've lost two cousins who had brain tumors and cancer, and my brother had a brain tumor, which luckily he's fine now. So it just kind of touched my heart. And so he invited me to be part of the team to do photography and video to cover this mammoth challenge. And I'd never been to India before, so I was always intrigued by India, and so I jumped at this opportunity to travel. And we started 19 days ago, and it's been a ride and a half, starting in north of Leh in the Nubra Valley. It has been logistical challenge after logistical challenge, given the floods and the rains and the weather that Himachal Pradesh has experienced. And so an incredibly beautiful country. The people are generous and excited and inquisitive and love to know what's going on. And yes, as you mentioned, the weather has changed. We were freezing up in Leh, Ladakh, and as soon as we dropped down out of the Himalayas, the humidity just shot up, and the temperatures have also shot up. So yeah, we've got another, 61 days to go, and we're excited. It's been an adjustment getting back to people after nobody in Leh, Ladakh, and just India's a sense.
The coldest. Was it Jack's idea to start from there? You could have gone from bottom to top. It would have.
I mean, in theory, you're running downhill.
Yeah, downhill. Yeah.
So I think also to get the toughest running done earliest on. So that's going over, I think we went four or five passes that were over 5,000 meters or 4,500 meters. So to try and get that done, the hardest part behind us, although the heat and humidity brings its own challenges. But I think that was the logic behind starting up north.
I would have done the same thing. Yeah. So all of you are in your individual careers. How is it that you are making time out for Jack or for this cause? What are you, I don't know, how are you managing your careers? You are taking a long break.
So, I mean, I'm a freelance photographer.
Okay.
And so I've been hired to do this, so I'm working now.
Okay.
It's a 24/7 job, so there's no time off.
Okay.
But I had some understanding clients that allowed me to postpone some projects.
Very nice.
And the other guys managed to take time. Either they were in between jobs,
Okay.
or it was just the right time that they could make it happen.
Okay. Are there some NGOs or organizations that are going to take up this challenge further after 80 days? This awareness will carry on in some way. Is there a plan?
Yes, I think so. So we're fundraising for two charities: the Brains Trust in the UK and You Me Can here in India, and both are involved in supporting cancer patients in their journey and making it easier and less stressful. And yes, the intention is that after this journey, as far as I know, Jack is continuing to raise awareness for this. And we will be putting out a documentary when we've recovered from the incredible journey. Yes. And hopefully that documentary can be picked up and we can potentially get more funding to do more challenges and crazy adventures like this to raise more awareness.
Okay. Jack mentioned that he was on his way to office at 7 o'clock in the morning on his bicycle when he crashed, and he realized the diagnosis came in after maybe 2 hours later. Does he blame his lifestyle for it? Because he says so in all the interviews that I've seen, all the videos that I've seen. Why does he blame himself for it?
I don't know. I don't know too much about that. I don't think he blames himself. I think what I've seen.
He says that I was not taking care of myself.
I think a brain tumor. So I lost two cousins. One was 2 years old when he got his brain tumor and died at 4, and the other was 39 and died at 41. So my personal beliefs are that brain tumors are random, and you can't really predict them. I do think that stress has something to do with making it worse, but I think that Jack was living a life typical to many young, early 20s youth. I went through a phase like that many years ago, and I think it's more just a way of looking back and how a decision can change your life for the better. And I think that's the message there. It's like he was living an unhealthy lifestyle, something catastrophic happened, and it became a catalyst to living a more healthy life.
I think the most relevant example I would say would be Steve Jobs. He said that you can always connect the dots looking back. So maybe that is what we do all the times when something happens in our life. We connect the dots and we find things to put blame on. And
what's the other one? Hindsight. So you go 20/20 vision, hindsight.
Yeah. Anything you want to tell? Because I didn't prepare for this question and answer. Anything you want to tell us? I am also on a little bit of a similar journey at a very small level to make people aware about being fit, being active post my downfall a few years back. So anything that out of this experience or the losses that you mentioned you have, chance for females for breast cancer and all, but for brain and all, you just find out that you have it.
Yeah, I mean, my brother had a similar story. On a Sunday night, he had a seizure, luckily at home, where it was relatively safe, and within 12 hours, he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. In fact, it wasn't a brain tumor, it was a chordoid meningioma of the brain lining, so it's different. It was able to be extracted. My message personally is it's easy to get caught up in everyday stress and life, and life can be short. You can die in a bus accident tomorrow or get hit crossing the road. You can live to 90. And I've seen people who live to 90 and they're unhappy because they didn't live their life. So I think my message personally is live your life, go and do things. And I think that's one of the things Jack is doing, is living his life. And if he's been told that maybe he won't live as long as most people, he's just making sure that he can get out there and live life. I think that's kind of one of the messages. And the other way that people can help is just by sharing. At the moment, we're trying to build the Instagram following, so sharing the socials. because once the following ramps up and he's got reach, we can spread the message much more effectively. So I guess that's a small ask for people, if they can share the Instagram account Jack E Faint, and get involved and comment and share and like and all of that kind of stuff. That helps the greater message be spread.
In my own little quest, I am also trying to do this bit, not at the same scale, not at the same huge momentum that I can, but I also have this date 23 of, I would like to contribute in this giant effort that you guys are doing. I will be in touch.
Okay.
And I wish Jack and all the gang of yours all the best.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been really, really nice to meet you guys, and thanks for your support today and for joining Jack for the run. And yeah, it's been really cool.
Thank you.